Alright, microphone is recording. I've done a check, so this should work. Even when I put it into full screen, everything should be working fine. Macarons con queso. Macarons con queso. It's been a while since I've been in Spanish. Okay, so what do we want to do today? Plan for today. Alright, well, first part of the plan, I want full iron tools. I have iron armor and an iron pickaxe. Now I just need to get the rest of the tools. And maybe a diamond. I don't think anybody would be complaining about a diamond. Do I have any more coal anywhere around here? Yeah, keeping some on me would be a good idea just in case. Yeah, that's the plan for. That's part of the plan for today. Get full iron gear. Next, I think I want to do some more building. If I can get some redstone, putting up a farm somewhere would be nice. What kind of farm, you might be asking? It's probably gonna be like an automatic, sugarcane farm or something. Wait, that's gonna require comparators. Or not comparators, observers. God, I'm stupid. Anyways, it's probably gonna. Yeah, no. I think I might just build, like, the beginnings of a village over there. With some mills and a big field. Where I'll put all my crops and shit. We haven't explored down this way, so I'm going this way. Maybe I shouldn't have gone down this way. Ooh. Maybe I should have. That's a lot of coal. Alright, so the current goal is going to be to get that coal. And aside from that, of course, I want to remove the water because that's annoying as hell. Well, good thing I did that. I didn't even notice this iron. Okay, so yesterday I was playing People Playground. You know, uh, 2D game where you can just. It's about as sandboxy as sandbox games get. I mean, the modding compatibility is just insane with that game. You can do basically anything you'd ever desire. Chances are people have made a mod for it. But yeah, basically I was playing that, and I accidentally blew a man's head off. So I decided I wanted to stick his limbs and body back together. Problem is, I accidentally crushed some of his body parts too. So I decided, we have the technology, we can put them back together. And I made a man-stick machine hybrid. He had a peg leg. I had a rotator, so even though his head wasn't actually attached to his body, he would still be walking. I had a metronome hooked up to the rotator thingy, which had a... Metronomes give off an activation signal, and when that activation signal is detected, it activates whatever it's hooked up to. And that gives you the basis for perpetual movement. So I just had those hooked. I just had a metronome hooked up to him. So his legs would move because I had the thingy strapped to his legs. So he could actually use the legs that I taped back onto him. And from there, it was just a matter of putting a metal pipe in his spine and giving him sticks because I accidentally shattered his foot into a million pieces. He had a peg leg. So yeah, that was fun. What I've learned from modded Minecraft is that you can never have too much of anything. Chances are it's going to be useful down the road, and you're not going to have it because you decide to leave it behind here. So I intend not to do that. I have enough iron for everything I want now. But, I'm not gonna give up digging because I still want more resources. You can never have too much. Unless it's in real life and it's a resource like food, which spoils. In which case that's wasted product. In which case you can have too much. But that's where other people come in. You can export that food for other resources. Things that don't expire, or at least take a long time to expire. Like iron, and plastic, and oil. And money. Speaking of money, the United States government is in a shit ton of debt. Now, normally, it would be pretty easy to fix this debt. But they're in a shit ton of debt, not just a ton of debt. This might have something to do with their extremely kind of shitty way of dealing with debt. See, the US government, instead of paying off the debt itself, because that would cost a lot of money, they pay off the interest of the debt. So instead of going into more debt, they have a static amount of debt that just never goes up or down. I would not suggest doing that. Just enough durability. Getting a pretty healthy amount of coal. Let's go. Diamonds. I forgot how much diamonds generated in a vein in 1.18. Or, not 1.18. Fuck. Ooh. In 1.8. You know, when I was but a wee little lad, back in like 3rd grade, my teacher always made a huge fuss over us calling it 1 8/10 or something instead of 1.8 or 1.8, which is just stupid. Come here. Come here. Shut up. I'm trying to tell a story. Oh, crap. Yes. God damn it. I'll go back and grab those diamonds in a sec. I am grabbing other things now. Just in case. You know, it is the funniest thing hearing English teachers repeatedly mispronounce words. One time I had an English teacher who would constantly mispronounce chivalry as chivalry. I'm not sure if she had, I don't know, speech impediment or anything, but I know she did a lot of odd things throughout my time knowing her. Who knows, maybe I'm making fun of someone who can't help anything. And I'm going to get canceled on Twitter.com. God, I hate water. I actually knew there was going to be iron here because I am using X-ray. And all this digging was actually fully intentional. This is because I am a god gamer. That was all the lapis. That's sad. No, occasionally, yeah, I'll just hear little critters outside of my house. And sometimes it's annoying because they're scratching on my windows and trying to get in. Probably because they smell food or something. So let's see. I need 18 obsidian. Because I'm not going to be a pleb who makes their portal with only 10 obsidian. That's for poor people. Do I strike you as a poor person? Do I look like I'm broke to you? This is why communism exists. I need 10 more obsidian. I did not expect this mining trip to go this well. This was a terrible idea, going underwater to mine this. Finally, I got all the obsidian. Just in time, too. I'm all out of mountain. I think I'm gonna cook these last couple of bits of iron. And then cook some gold. And I think I'm out of here. Of the caves, I mean. I gotta keep you guys on my boring ass channel for longer. You know, because of the way YouTube functions, preferring quantity over quality in videos, I'm pretty sure this video, ironically, is going to get more views than my first one. When usually it's the opposite. You know, sometimes it's odd to try and comprehend how the Nazis took power. Back in the 20s, no one took them seriously. They were the political laughingstock of Germany. And that's because they were hosting such absurd ideals. And they were about as politically radical as you could get. Now, one of the biggest parts of how Nazis took power in 1933, I believe it was. Nazis, and more specifically Hitler, took power in 1933. A lot of it was the Great Depression. The Nazis were going around preaching this insane idea that the economy was going to crash and it was all going to be suffering and death and brimstone. and no one was taking them seriously, because who would? Or look at these crazy people that everyone knows is stupid. And then the Great Depression happens. And this is really bad for everyone in the world, because now the Nazis look like they know what they're doing. And they're aware of what they're talking about. And so they start gaining more and more power until eventually the Nazis win the vote. And Hitler gets put in office. Now, of course, it wasn't a majority vote. It wasn't 2/3. And this was a problem, because they couldn't really hold the power that they wanted and make the reforms and changes that they desired if they didn't have the popular vote. Ironically, one of the first things that Hitler did when he got elected was call for another vote. It was like a couple months, I believe, after he got elected. It was like the first major political move. See, he didn't have enough power. He needed a vote of 2/3 to be able to really call any shots. And to call another vote, he needed emergency powers. But the only person who could grant that was the president of Germany at the time. Now, the president really did not like the Nazis. Good on him. But you know what he hated more than the Nazis? The communists. So, Hitler knew that his only way to get to power was probably going to be through communism. Which is a really dumbed down way of saying it, but yet. Basically, he was just hoping that the communists would do something stupid. Which they did. They tried to... I forget the specifics, but they tried to stage a revolt or something. And the Nazis used this to leverage against the president of Germany and get him to allow them to have emergency powers. And with emergency powers, they can change who can and can't vote. And... oh, I forgot to mention, the communists were also one of the biggest parties in Germany at the time. But yeah, since the Nazis could change who can and can't vote, they banned the communists from voting, which allowed them to win the vote by majority, and Hitler to seize power. This was in 1933, for context. Yeah, I'd have to Google it later to get more of the specifics, but yeah. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was supposed to start building. Alright. I think I want to clear out that field a little bit and make a barn or something. I want a place to start planting crops. Probably wheat is going to go there because it just fits in the most. and stacks of seeds to make the farm the size that I want. I just want it to be like a whole fucking field. Two seeds should be a good starting point. I want to build this farm out of oak wood. It feels like it'd fit. At least better than spruce. I forgot if I did this in the first episode. But there you go. This is a really nice area. Perfect. Beginning to get scared I wouldn't get one from this tree. Uh-huh. 2. Okay, so let's see. I'm definitely going to want oak planks. Oak logs are also definitely going to be in the building palette. Block palette. I'm very hungry. Bring me candy. I probably want to build a house or something around this area. This is a really nice area. I'm also gonna have to start thinking about where I want my portal to hell. Every good property owner has a portal to hell somewhere. That's something you need to learn. I want to ruin my property value by ruining the forest. I have no quarrels with working through the rain. I don't have them in real life, why do you think I'd have them in Minecraft? This one will do nicely. shit. Don't tear up my lawn. Only I'm allowed to do that. Okay. Got that one. I don't have friends. Hmm. We got a desert over there? Damn, this stacked seed. It's got everything at spawn. I think that could do with a tree. What the hell did I do? I'll probably be using birch for a future build. hopefully this will be enough logs. That could have a tree. And there could be a tree right here. There's a cave down there. Okay, hang on. I need to remember what the hell a barn looks like. Ooh, I like this design. Alright, I've obtained inspiration. I'm not going to be building a one-to-one replica because I'm not even on the correct version, first of all, and second of all, that's lame. But I have obtained inspiration. Okay. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking idiot. Yeah. Okay, these are going to be building materials. Those are feathers. Very observant of me, I know. Feel like I haven't spoken in a while, so a long time, so I'm just gonna start speaking now. I know, it's the end of the world. Could have gone a bit longer without speaking. Probably would have made everyone else's days better. But I excel in ruining days. Leave me alone. I just want to build. What did I do to have these evil presences watching me? To those of you who got that, I love you. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm liking the oak wood combo with the cobblestone. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this combo's looking good. Around the perimeter, I'm going to have a little fence. It's going to be a pretty large fence, I think it's going to extend, like, I don't know, let's say What's the block I can mark with? This far out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 from the furthest reaches of each part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The only parts that really matter are the visible ones, so I'm just going to break the bottom parts real quick. Because I need sticks, and I really don't want to use the oak wood. I'm not sure how much oak I'm going to need. This just felt like a good amount. Anyways, first thing on the agenda, a shovel. I think I'm going to make the floor out of slabs. This is to be as wood efficient as possible. course, most of this wood is going, or not most, but a lot of it is going to be replaced with glass. So I might as well go get that. How long is the runtime on this video so far? This is going to be a 2-day project. I'm going to sleep off this night. Then I'm going to give an outro. Because that's what all good YouTubers do. And we all know. I'm the best YouTuber. Look at me. None are greater than this face. Remember this face. None are greater than it. That's a lie. Anyways. Well, that was fun. I like going into third person. We got a fair bit done. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to be, or not tomorrow, but sometime I'm going to be finishing that little barn over there. And then I'm going to be working on the field. With all that said and done, goodbye.